Hello, my name is Laurie, and this is my introduction video. First off, about me, I am a mother of two grown girls, and I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a Pisces, which is my astrological sign. And I am currently not working. I'm a spiritualist. I go to a spiritualist church here in St. Louis. If you don't know what a spiritualist is, basically the spiritualist church I go to, it recognizes all paths of life, and it's meaning there's all different kinds of people. I mean, people of all different faiths, you know. So you can study like a wide variety of things there. I mean, you can study yoga, feng shui, they have things on Indians, information on all kinds of things, you know. I can't speak for everybody else as far as what spiritualism is for them. Basically, in our handout, it says we believe in infinite intelligence, meaning, higher beings of light. And also aspects of the darker side. But as far as me, spiritualism for me is a combination of religion and other, other, types of things like yoga and studying meditation and believing in the elements of the earth and grounding yourself and things that go back to the earth. It's not like I don't practice Wicca because I don't practice magic. I don't go out and dance under the moon or anything like that, but I do enjoy being outside. I do believe, there's an all powerful being of light that created everything. I even believe that this being came before, science. That the whole reason we have science is because this being was of a higher intelligence than ourselves and created science and evolution and all those things that people question and argue about. Because how else could it be? You know, something had to come before science, you know, to explain all of it. That's just my interpretation. You know, nobody else has to believe the same thing I do, but, you know, that's what I believe. I don't force my views on other people. I don't try to say you have to come join my church or you're going to hell. This is the reason why I fell away from the religious churches, because I know this may rub some people the wrong way, but quite frankly, in all honesty, religious people are the biggest hypocrites there is. Now, I'm not gonna go say, hey, you're a hypocrite. I'm not gonna announce it to other people they're a hypocrite. But, you know, I grew up going to church. I was baptized as a baby and fell away from the church at a younger age, went back to church as a teenager, and fell away from it again. I fell away and kept coming back. Fell away, kept coming back. Something was missing in the church that I needed, I guess. I wasn't discovering my path in the church, my true path. You know, so I think when my mother died in 95 of cancer, it kind of woke me up, and I went back. I went back to the church, and by this time I was married, and, you know, I had 2 kids, and my mother was my best friend, the closest confidant I had. I could tell her anything, and we were close, and I loved her like nobody else. And I got angry with God when she died and didn't talk to him again. Fell away from the church and all types of anything having to do with it. But then somebody I knew, his father died, and he was devastated. His father was the only thing he had in his life that was there for him constantly. And I spent the night, and he just broke down. He was just, it was unbelievable how he was grieving. And I just wanted to make everything okay. And I held him literally through the night and felt him shaking all night and waking up every few seconds. He could not sleep. And I didn't sleep at all that night. And he's still trying to, trying to find his own way without his father, because his father was everything. And now he's gone and he's alone, and he has to find his way on his own now. I'm trying to help him the best I can, but he's got to make the changes himself. So I think that was another awakening for me. So then I found this spiritual church, this spiritualist church, and started going there. And I started studying all kinds of things. It was so interesting and so exciting, all the things that I could learn, and they had books on all kinds of things. And I wasn't a big reader, but I found myself drawn to reading some of these books. And the things that I learned that there is more to the universe. There's more to things than just what we see, what we feel, what we can touch. It's not all about touching. You have 6 senses, And since I became a spiritualist, I've been using all of these senses. All of them. Some more than others, but I've become compassionate. Very compassionate. I'm sensitive. Extremely sensitive. I've always been somebody who's never felt the need to sugarcoat anything. My mother, she raised us girls to speak our minds and to basically not let men in particular bully us. Always stand up for ourselves. So when I have something to say to somebody, I will say it. I've learned over the years not to say everything that I have to say, but for the most part, I will say it and I won't sugarcoat it, and you won't get any BS with me. I'm flat out brutal and honest, and some people that rubs the wrong way, and some people may appreciate it, but it's who I am. You're never gonna find me lying to you. I'm probably one of the most honest people you'll find out there because of this. And every great quality I have in me, I believe, was because of my mother. She was an awesome woman, very sacrificing and caring and compassionate. But when I was going to this this place that I go, I met a lot of people, a lot of interesting people. I was on a path. I was trying to discover my path to the light, basically to God. I believed in God after that incident with the death of my friend's father, because it was so unexpected. But I discovered things about myself. Things that were there hidden all along that made me scratch my head, but I didn't understand how they could be. So now, after some time, during a time frame, I went through, I went through and took a Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 class and got certified. So I am a Reiki 2 practitioner, and I am, right after that, I bought myself a pendulum and some angel oracle cards and started doing readings for myself and for some people online if they requested it. Then I went and got the Archangel Raphael healing cards, which was awesome because it helped me to take care of myself more, be more conscious of, you know, the things my body was telling me, you know, what my body needed to be healthy, eating right, getting exercise, you know, grounding myself, getting sunlight, you know, all those things that are good for our bodies. I am quite good at my mind, with my mind, and, you know, communicating with my mind, which I've been doing since probably I was a teenager. And as a teenager, young teenager, I was sensing, well, I was abused, both, you know, physically, sexually, emotionally, mentally. But there was a dark, not an entity, but a spirit that was, that I could feel. This was a male in his 30s in my basement, and he hid underneath the steps, the basement steps. And every time I went down there, I sensed him. And I could sense how he felt. And he was very, very troubled, depressed, angry. Not as angry as depressed, though. But he was a very negative presence. And I could feel all this. And I wasn't understanding what was going on with me at the time, why I felt this. But I could feel his fear, his depression. And, you know, it kind of creeped me out, but it didn't really scare me. But now I've been sensing things all my life, feeling things, seeing things in the dark, and realizing that, you know, there's something different about me. And then I'm talking to someone that I go to church with, and I tell her all these things that are happening with me. What the things I'm sensing, the things I'm feeling in my own home. And she just flat out comes out and says, "Hun, you're a medium." I'm like, "Oh, great." So then I start learning how to protect myself. So I'm protecting myself day and night. I don't do much else. I just protect myself. I don't have much of a life anymore. So this does not mean by any means that I can go out and practice my mediumship or do online mediumship readings. I would love to be able to do that and help people, because that is my goal in life, is to go out and help people and help change the world and help change perceptions of things, and you know do something good with my life. I don't feel I was meant to just be the run-of-the-mill housewife. Not saying that that's a bad thing. I mean, that's a good thing, because we need good mothers. We need people that can raise our children. And God said, go out go out go out and be fruitful. But a spiritualist to me is a combination between religious views and spiritualism, meaning the things that you don't see, the things that with people that are more sensitive. We all have spiritual gifts. We all have them. Even you watching this has spiritual gifts. The only difference is you have not discovered it. You don't believe in it, and you haven't figured out how to tap into it. There are churches, there are places where you can go to help you with this. If you're at all interested in, working for the greater good of mankind, there are places you can go. These places are basically your New Age bookstores, places like that. Yeah, they may be out of the norm, and you may take some heat for what you're doing, but you have to follow your own path. You can't let people decide what you're going to do. If you feel that you're something more, then you're something more. I mean, we're being sent messages all the time trying to get us to follow the path to the light. But anyway, I have rambled long enough. So I invite you to check me out on YouTube and check me out on Facebook if you like, and I hope you have a blessed day and keep out of trouble. Love and light to you. Bye.